Hi,
Hello,
guys.
you guys. Happy Tuesday. It is fancy meeting you here. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. Every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Central Time. We have been training you guys for years. Now we're on YouTube again. So
Right?
we've been all over the place. All right. We're thrilled that you decided to spend this morning with us. And you're about to learn some serious game-changing strategies that are going to help you grow your blog while keeping your authenticity and not losing your voice. Okay? Because your audience is there for you and your audience loves you and they want to be able to hear you authentically. So thanks for joining us. What are you going to learn today? Kelli, you want to tell them?
Today, you're going to learn the art of smart outsourcing and when you should actually start delegating tasks. You're going to learn some automation tools that can save you time without making your blog feel robotic. And automation tools are typically a lot cheaper than that first hire. So that's really good. You're also going to learn how to create a system that protects the personal connection that you have and that you're trying to cultivate even more with your audience as your blog continues to grow. And hi, guys, Jen, Michelle, Samantha, Kimberly. Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. All right. So what are you going to walk away with? Number one, you're going to walk away with a step-by-step plan for delegating tasks while staying true to your brand and to your voice. Number two, you're going to gain confidence. You're going to walk away with confidence in using tools to streamline workflows without losing your voice, your authenticity. Okay. And number three, you're going to walk away with more time to focus on the parts of blogging you're truly passionate about, whether it's creating killer content or engaging with your community or whatever it is. Real quick, before we keep going, I want you guys to know we are bloggers. We have been bloggers. I've been blogging for almost 17 years. Kelli has been blogging for almost 19 years. You can find her at 3 boysandadog.com. You can find my blog at Crystal and Comp, which is short for company, crystalandcomp.com. So we're the real deal. Okay. Just want you to know that. All right.
Right.
What's their light bulb moment?
Yeah. What's your light bulb moment? Meaning, who is this for? Where you're going to be like, aha, right? This training is for you if you felt overwhelmed, trying to do everything yourself, if you're worried that outsourcing is going to dilute your authenticity, or if you're struggling to find time to grow without sacrificing quality, right? When we say we need quantity, we need quantity and quality. It's not just quantity. Scaling doesn't mean giving up your personal touch. It means finding smarter ways to spend your time so that you can grow exponentially. Okay, so first thing I want you guys to do is go ahead and text the word authentic to get your authenticity checklist. It's a list of 8 tips for remaining authentic while automating. And let me find that banner real quick. Here it is. So text the word authentic to 251-644-6701 to get your free printable. And if anybody is like Kelli, you have Googled what is 251. That is where I live. It is not my phone number, but it is where I live. It is the Learn to Blog phone number.
It is an Alabama phone number. Yeah. So here's the deal. If you have us marked as do not disturb, if you've unsubscribed, this is going to subscribe you, but if you've marked us as D&D, you're not going to get it. So you're kind of at a fork you're at an impasse where you need to decide.
What did that one user have to do? She had to text start first or subscribe.
I think start. I think it was start.
So if you text that and you do not get the printable, then text start to that phone number and then come back and text authentic.
Right. So you're at a place where you need to decide if you've marked us as D&D or unsubscribed. In order to get our free printables, this is how you're going to get them. So do you want something free that we're paying to have made and paying for the
and delivered? Our text messages cost us.
Right. Or, I mean, if you don't want it, it's not a big deal, but I just want you to know why you're not getting it. Okay. So text that number and it doesn't work from the UK. Well, it could be because you have it marked as D&D. So hit start and see what it does. Type start and send and see what it does. Okay.
And all right. If you're doing it from the UK, make sure you include the country code. So that would be 1-251-644-6701.
There you go. Okay. So let's talk about scaling your blog without losing your personal touch. This can be something that is like keeping you from growing because There are some people who truly have the mindset that they want to do everything for their blog. Otherwise it feels phony baloney. Okay. So what does scaling really mean? Scaling isn't just about getting more traffic or more posts out, more content out. It's about finding effective ways to handle the growth without feeling overwhelmed and losing yourself, really. If you want to grow by 50% in 1 year, can you increase your output? If you can't increase your output, when will you be ready to hire help? You have to do something in order to get that growth, right? If you keep on doing what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten. Okay.
Right.
So example.
Right. So an example. So let's say you're doing really well at creating 15 new blog posts a month, but you want to scale. And you personally don't want to double that content output. And that content doesn't even count all of the other things that you need to do to run your business, right? We're strictly talking content. It's overwhelming to even think about all of that. So in order to scale, to go up 50%, not just 5 or 10%, you've got to do something, right? So that scaling means outsourcing or automating that task so that your energy stays focused on where it matters most, where your efforts are going to bring the best ROI, because you're only one person. And trying to do everything, run a complete business by yourself, can not only hurt your blog's growth in the long run, but also hurt you health-wise and mental health and physical health-wise. Delegating doesn't dilute your authenticity. It gives you more bandwidth to focus on what does.
Right. When people are in growth mode, we work with a lot of women in this space in different niches, and we see how frustrating it can be for people. And so you've got to be able to maximize your bandwidth. Okay. All right. Number 2, you need to focus on what you do best. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about the parts of blogging only you can own, only you can do. Then, how can you take that and couple it with personal? Hold on just a second. I totally messed this up.
Okay. I'm like, where are you? I don't even know where you're at.
I mixed up 2 different lines. So what are some of those things that need your personal attention, or you think need your personal attention or your personal touch? That could be writing posts. Do you think that you're the only one that can write the content? It could be answering reader questions. Do you really think you're the only one that can answer whether or not this can be frozen? Okay. Do you think you're the only one that can answer whether or not all-purpose flour could be used with this or a different flour? Okay. Do you think that you're the only one that can show up on camera? What are those things that you think that only you can do and that you own? Okay. These are your non-negotiables. Okay. These are the tasks that no one else can replicate because they carry your unique voice.
Okay. But I want you to be careful with that because writing a blog post can absolutely be outsourced. You train somebody to write in your voice.
Right.
You can do hands and pans videos and they don't have to be your hands.
Yep.
Okay. Right. Yes. If you're a talking head, it's kind of hard to not use your face, although it's awesome now to have your face doing a video that you're not actually in. So there is that option if that is something that is needed. I watch a lady that trains on computer stuff all the time, and she uses her AI talking head to read the things that she writes. And it's pretty cool. I didn't even know it was an AI head. I thought it was her.
Crazy. So that's part of when you're creating this list of things that you think only you can do, and you're saying why you think you're the only one that can do it. Not only is it going to give you your list of non-negotiables, but you're going to be able to really look at this list and say, wait a minute, are there ways to think outside of the box and go over this, under this, exactly what Kelli just said? Because you may have a block on why you think you're the only one that can do that. And I want you to really, really be aware of that. There are a lot of things on your list that you think only you can do, but it may not be the truth. Okay. But even if it is, then these are your non-negotiables. Okay?
So tasks like formatting posts, sourcing stock photos, scheduling social media, these are all things that can be delegated. Take an inventory of your blogging to-do list and divide it into those 2 categories, and understand that those 2 categories can change later. So the number 1, like Crystal said, those non-negotiables, these must be me, whatever those are. And then those can be outsourced things. Make your list. In 6 months, you might be ready to chop off that must be me list. but just start somewhere.
Right. Start tracking everything that is done in the day-to-day so that you don't miss anything as you're working through this list of things that you think only you can do. And as you're finding the things that someone else can do. Okay. Michelle, she did hands and pans videos for 10 years for someone else. Okay.
So number 3, how and what to delegate. Here's the truth. You can't outsource effectively unless you're clear on what needs to be done.
Yep.
Seriously. Not only what needs to be done, but how to do it for your business. So you've got to start small and build trust and confidence, not only in the process, but in the person and in your own teaching abilities. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How do we do that?
Step 1, you need to identify the bottlenecks. Okay. Ask yourself, what's eating your time and energy every single week, but not requiring your unique voice? Like, could someone else actually do these things? And I don't have to be the one doing them. It doesn't have to be my voice. It doesn't have to be my face. It doesn't have to be me. Okay. Some of those things are editing images. You are not the only person in the world that can edit images.
There's probably somebody who's highly educated to do it way better than what you do and faster.
Right. Some of you guys are really stuck in this mindset that you have to do it all or that you're the only one that can do it all. It's like convincing somebody that, no, you can use grocery pickup. There are other people that can choose broccoli just as well as you can. Okay. It's the same thing in our business. You're not the only one that can prepare emails that need to go out. You're not the only one that can do, what are some other things, Kelly?
Create pin images, create printables,
Mm-hmm.
take food photos,
check your inbox,
research.
Manage your email. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scheduling and formatting posts, creating keyword plans, all of those things. There's so many things that we do. You don't have to do them all.
Right. Now, how do you get started with affordable outsourcing? This is step 2. Okay. How do you do that? Number 1, freelancers. Are you utilizing them? Where do you find them? Okay. Do you use things like Upwork or Fiverr? Fiverr is a great place to find help for a very affordable price.
It's not $5 anymore, but
it's right. Or blogging networks. Okay. These are great for those one-off projects like logo design or coding updates. Or, I hired somebody at one point to help me write content over from Fiverr. And I remember somebody that we coached a long time ago. That's where she found her writers, was over on Fiverr. But I've hired people from Fiverr to make intro and outro things for YouTube.
Yes, same.
There's a lot of things that you can utilize someone from, and it's a one-off thing. It may not be a consistent thing like writing content. It's I need someone quick that's on a budget to do this thing, like create an outro or intro for Instagram stuff.
To move all of my things from a create card to WPRM or WP. Yeah, whatever it is.
Are you going to do that?
Right. Then you have the virtual assistants. A VA can handle repetitive tasks like administrative work, email sorting, the planning your newsletters, or pulling the things, maybe not planning them, but pulling the things together.
Mm-hmm.
Did I give the wrong link again? What? Oh, I've had stress with that. I will fix it, and I will send a text message that is the correct one. Sorry about that. Okay.
Yeah. This whole morning has been difficult.
It's been.
Yeah. Okay. So VAs. Hiring a
VA can handle repetitive tasks like that admin work or email sorting. Start part-time if your budget is a concern, but also consider outsourcing. There are countries where the cost of living is much, much, much cheaper. Yep. So people are able to work well, get paid well for much cheaper for us. So offshore workers are great for some of that kind of stuff, that pulling things together, that easy thing. In Six Figure, we actually teach you how to hire $3 and $4 an hour workers for some of that kind of stuff. Also, there are delegation tools. Consider team-friendly platforms like Trello or Notion, or I personally love Asana, to visually assign tasks and track the progress of those things.
Something about outsourcing. I have a wrist issue this week.
Yes.
I may have to take time off work because I can't type so much. So I'm so glad I have people trained to work with me else. Otherwise, it would be a huge problem, right? I mean, one of our ladies in our program, who is actually a coach as well, she was having a baby and she would not have been able to take time off had she not delegated and taught people how to do things, and she understood she was not the only one that could write this content. You can teach someone to do these things. Okay. So Kelli and I both have a lot of VAs that work for us that are subcontractors that are from, that we pay $3 and $4 an hour. However, what if you're needing, so those situations are where we're training them, right? We are training them on how to do what we want done in a lot of situations. Some of them may already have a great skill set on something like creating printables, but for that price range, you're pretty much saying, look, here's how I want something done. And you're teaching them how to do it and make it look like you. Step 3 is about hiring somebody that has expertise. So this is specialized things, like maybe you need somebody to manage your Pinterest. Maybe you need somebody to run your Facebook ads. Okay. You don't know how to do it. You don't know what the best method is right now. So you're going to hire someone to do it. Maybe you want to have a dedicated employee that focuses on securing sponsorships for you. And you want somebody who is already well-versed in that and knows how the process for securing that right now in the current climate of our industry. Okay. Or you need custom site improvements, like maybe you've got some issues with your site speed or something like that. These are situations that has expertise on this if you don't want to have to train them, right? So when our budget is thinner and leaner, we're doing a lot of training them on our processes and sharing our knowledge with them. But when we're ready to hire for specific projects or for ongoing things, an expert, this is something that we're going to pay more for. They're very specialized and we're not training them on how to do it. They come to the table with the skills to know how to grow that piece of your business. Okay. So while they may be expensive, you're paying for their expertise. Okay. A bunch of stuff on my site. So the behind the scenes, I do not desire to go and look up videos to learn how to fix content paint, whatever. I'm not doing that. I'm not. So I'm hiring somebody with expertise to do that. Okay. All right. Next thing. Automation tools.
All right, guys, it's fixed. If you just text the word authentic again, just reply authentic, you'll get the right one. Okay. Now automation, using automation as I update my automation workflow over here to make sure it sends y'all the right one.
Right.
Automation doesn't mean losing personality. Okay. So you can use them without compromising that personalization. What it means is finding tools that saves time while enhancing your audience's experience. You guys no longer have to communicate with Angela to get your free printable. You just text a message and you get the right one, or you get one. Hopefully it's right. If Kelli messes it up, it's wrong, but now it's fixed, so it'll be right. Right?
Right.
Sorry.
I mean,
look at the URL. If it says authentic, you're good. Because if you're watching this in the replay, then you've gotten the right one because it is right.
Yeah. The printable for today has been a whole process. Let me tell you. I uploaded it to Dropbox, sent her the link, sent her the wrong link. Then StreamYard was having all these issues.
And I didn't know until I created the automation and texted myself to make sure it was working. Yeah.
And it didn't work. Okay. So what are some favorite things that we can automate? Social media is a big thing that you can automate. Okay. There are tools out there like Buffer and Co-Schedule. That's not to say that I didn't want to chat with you. Angela loves chatting with you. She's a great person.
She definitely wants to chat with you, and she can now chat with you through text message. Yay. So we don't have to be friends on Facebook if you don't want to.
Right? Exactly. Okay. So things like Buffer, Co-Schedule, Tailwind, or the platform-specific scheduler that's inside of Facebook or Pinterest. Those things can be set up so that you can set them and forget them without missing opportunities for the best times for things to go out. Or like, it's a lot to have to remember every single day to make sure that these Facebook posts go out.
Right.
scheduled. Okay. Another thing that you can do is schedule out your email marketing. If you are using an ESP, which is an email service provider that is a top tier company like ConvertKit, or there are others out there, they are going to offer tools within their program or platform that allow you to schedule things out. They're going to offer you templates that can make creating these emails quicker and easier. They're going to allow you tools that help you automate, even though it doesn't feel like automating. That is what you're doing. Okay. All right. Other ways that you can do some automation.
So organize your content, especially when you get to several thousand pieces of content on your blog. It's really difficult to keep up with what's been promoted, what hasn't, what's been updated, what's in the newsletter, what's gone on social, what has pins, what needs new pins, what needs new, right? All the things. So keeping that content organized in a way that you can easily keep up with what needs to happen to that old stuff is an essential part of scaling as your business continues to grow. So content organization tools like Airtable, Trello, and Asana will keep your ideas categorized and keep your content organized so that you're not swimming in sticky notes.
Ask us how we know.
So how do you keep it personal? When you're automating your processes, you've got to find ways to insert your own personal human touches. Like you can check your email for responses so you can reply and they know that you're real. This is obviously if a reply is needed, don't leave them hanging. Let them know you're a real person. But you can actually use Gmail Suite to allow your VA to respond to those emails as you from your email address. It's called an alias. So it looks like you're responding, even if it's not something that you actually need to respond to. Yeah.
Pretty awesome, huh? All right. Other things that you can do is schedule social media posts ahead of time, but then go back in and follow up manually to engage with the comments. So just because you schedule this stuff doesn't mean I've been saying this a lot lately. We can't set it and forget it. Like we still have to check in with it so that we can keep the dialogue going, so that we can keep the engagement going, so that we can check in and make sure that what we're doing is working and bringing us results. That's really important. Jen says, this is where I am. I'm all over the place. So I really need to sit down and figure out what I actually do during the day. And I love that you say that because a lot of times, you ask somebody that's in this industry, how many hours a day are you working? I'm working, or how many hours a week are you working? I'm working 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours. I believe you. But when you say,
I believe you're in work mode,
right? What are you working on all day? And how much are we distracted by other things, or how could we rearrange our work time so that it's more efficient, kind of batch things, what have you. But we don't realize the time that we're wasting, and we don't realize all the little bitty things that we're doing that add up to get to ensure that everything is done, right? So tracking what you're doing is going to help you streamline those SOPs and streamline those processes that you're using in your work day and in your work week. So I'm glad that you're at a place where you know that this is something you need to give some attention to. Okay. All right. Let's talk about
5. Systems are your superpower. Scaling sustainably, being able to sustain the scale, right, means building repeatable systems. We really focus pretty heavily on that in Six Figure, but we're going to give you kind of the base here because these systems work together to save you time and to keep things consistent as you continue to grow by adding team members or more tools or more content to your editorial calendar, right? It's how I'm able to publish over 70 blog posts every single month. It's through systems, right? Multiple systems all working well together. So step 1.
So Jen, this is good for you. This goes deeper into what we were talking about. So you need to document your process. This is really, really important. This is the beginning of how you figure out what you're going to give to someone else and what's taking up your time. So write down the step-by-step process for the repetitive tasks that you're doing, like uploading blog posts or designing Instagram graphics or creating those emails. Like, what are the redundant things that you're doing all the time? Every day, twice a day, we send an email, right? This way, anyone that you hire they have a ready-made guide. Like you, first of all, you know what they're going to be up against when you hire this out to them.
And how long it should take them.
And how exactly. We are firm believers that you need to know how long it's going to take for somebody to do something so that you know if they're doing it well. Because if you know that it only takes 20 to 30 minutes to do it and it's taking them an hour and a half, then there's a problem. Is there a learning curve or is there a problem? So we actually guide you through this whenever we consult you, but it's a really important thing to do when you're at that place in your business that you really want to scale. You're not going to be able to scale unless you start doing these types of things, documenting your processes. It's essential so that you can create your SOPs, improve your systems and your workflows, etc. Okay. Number 2,
create templates. Templates save so much time. And not only do they save time, but they ensure that consistency across all of your content. I have templates for all the different types of blog posts that we create. I have templates for different emails that go out. I have templates for different images that go on my site. I just sent some more templates to my VA for other images for actually book roundups. Like I have templates for everything. So we're no longer in this recreating the wheel kind of thing, right? We're plug and play and able to move through these tasks very quickly. Templates can change, and if they do, you just get rid of the old, add in the new, and move forward again, right? There's so many ways. Emails, pins, social media, all of the things, even your prompts for AI can be templated.
Right.
Jen, in six figure, girl, you should be in six figure. In six figure, we actually give you the HTML templates for all the different types of blog posts so that you're following our way of doing it for SEO and for user experience and reader retention and all of the things.
Right. And it makes it so much easier. It makes it easier when you're the one creating content, but it also makes it easier when you're taking that and outsourcing it to someone. And then when you have to train them first, right? Like that process, it makes the process so much easier. You need to be working off of templates. What formats do you use for the templates for blog posts? Just HTML and copy and paste?
So I use reusable blocks on my site, and then they just change it into regular blocks. So they add the reusable block, they click the button to change it into regular, and then it's done. But yes, we provide it in HTML to you guys in six figure.
It's pretty awesome.
Right?
It's really, really awesome. But I mean, also for yourself, are you using AI? And how much are you repeating the same steps and processes over and over and over again? Kelli and I hate doing the same things over and over and over again, whether it's creating the content, whether it's creating the trainings for you guys. Like we have templated processes for everything. Okay. You need to be doing that. I do need to try the reusable blocks. We have formulas, but not templates. Yeah. You need to be working off of templates. That's going to save you a lot of time. So
it's basically your formula, but already there. So they're just switching out things. Right. Way faster instead of like switching back and forth. Okay, this needs to go here. Okay, this I need to put here. It already tells you right there in your template.
Right. Okay. Number 3, step 3, you need to check in regularly. Schedule regular check-ins. Okay. This could be weekly. This could be monthly. This could be each time before you pay people. Okay. You need to review what's working and what's not working. Bring in your VA or your team and brainstorm. Remember, this is your ship. Okay. This is your business. So are you checking in with your people and asking them for input?
That's a big one.
The work, right? As they're handling the nitty gritty details of some of this stuff, they are going to have input where they're like, have you thought about doing this? Be open to that. Kelli loves to survey her staff regularly to get their point of view and to get their input, to ask them where they could see things improving. What do they enjoy about their job? You can do the same thing. Okay. It can be in a Google form. It could be.
I just do a Google form
where you're just messaging them and having conversations with them.
I like the Google form because I can kind of see like this is similar across the board. It's easier for me to see the results that way.
And you can hold on to those results and then compare results every 3 months. Like, oh, what did Cherry say here and what did Cherry say here? Okay. So those are things to think about. All right.
Number 6. This is long. Sorry, guys. Number 6, maintaining your authentic voice. Even with tools and a team in place, you are the heart of your blog. You are your blog. We tell you all the time, don't copy other people. You are authentically you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's how you can keep it that way. Set guardrails.
Yeah.
So what that means is communicate your voice and your tone to anyone helping you, including your AI, right? People that say, well, it feels like AI, they're not doing it right. They're not getting that voice and that tone correctly in their AI. Give them examples of posts or captions that sound like you. Like Crystal recently handed off email. She taught her person how to write like her, how to use her template, all of the things. Her subscribers have no idea. I've been doing it for 2 years. My subscribers have no idea. They're not like, wow, this doesn't sound like you. Right. Because it does sound like me. Okay. But we also have to check on those regularly to make sure that it's still running like a well-oiled machine, that our VAs haven't checked out of our voice and slowly moved to their own voice, right? Mm-hmm. Just keep checking it. You cannot check out. You have to stay checked into your business.
Right. So email is my love, right? And now that I have given that to someone, now I'm spending more time going in. I was always looking at the data, but now I'm going in and spending more time, even more looking at the data and considering changing some of our templates. Like now that's something that I can be toying with and testing.
That is a huge, important piece of your business. It is why we need people to do all the day-to-day minute tasks so that we do have time for the upper level things, for the testing, for the making sure that the data is growing, right? For the time for managing the business instead of doing all of the little menial tasks that is required to make the business run.
Mm-hmm. Angel says we just had that chat in Six Figure about how to make AI sound more like us. Yeah, I mean, like, how many of you guys are using AI? And how many of you feel like you're using it well? And do you communicate with AI like it's a person? Like when we're doing something, do you go back and say, no, that's not right. You need to redo that. I don't like this, this, and this. Fix it. Right?
No, this doesn't sound like me.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. More of this, less of this. Talk to it. Okay. Yeah. And some people like to thank it. Thank you for what you've created. Okay. The next one, I think it's number 2 in section 6. You need to insert yourself in key areas. So what does that mean? Okay. And this really could just be something where it takes you time to wean yourself off of this specific thing. But it could be that you're still writing the intros for the blog posts. It could be that you think you're the only one that could create the pin images. It could be you think that your personal touch, because you're a professional chef, you need to be giving the pro tips. Okay, fine. Keep yourself in those areas so that you feel like your voice is there for your loyal readers to read and hear. Okay. But I guarantee you that as time goes on, you're going to realize all of these things can be done by someone else. They really can.
And unfortunately, guys, seriously, our readers could care less. Mm-hmm. They just want their problem solved.
Right.
They're not loyal.
Just want to get to the recipe card.
Or they're not loyal.
Okay. It's true. All right. And the last thing, Kelly.
Ask for feedback. Stay connected with your audience by regularly engaging with them. Ask what they love about your content so you can double down on what resonates. You can do it in email. You can do it on social media. You can do it in your own content. Just remember that each one of those areas attracts a different type of reader, and those different types of readers are going to have different perspectives. What you do on Pinterest, you cannot do on Instagram. What you do on Instagram, you cannot do on Facebook, right? Right. Jen.
I recently started purchasing recipes, and it has been a huge time saver. Before this, I felt like I was not being true to myself, but it has helped so much. Yes.
Okay, so as long as you're purchasing things that you would create on your blog, then you are being true, right? On my blog, I'm not going to use fancy ingredients and things that take hours and hours and hours of standing in a kitchen working on. That's not who I am. It's not what my blog is about. It's quick, easy. So I'm looking for boxed cake mixes turned into something else. I'm looking for canned cream of mushroom used in a recipe. I'm looking for the time savers to put on my blog because that is the content that my readers expect.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is exactly what you should be doing, Jen. We have done that for years and years and years. Yeah, actually, I mean, I still have semi-exclusive content. I've been buying semi-exclusive content for a long time, and I have a ton of it that I bought based on keywords, and they have sat and sat. And we're going through those now. So now, even though some of the pictures are not great, I have an editor that can work some magic with them. I have writers that have the process for.
They can always be changed if they start doing well.
Exactly. We can, and then exactly. If time down the road says that these need to be updated, we can have new pictures made. But right now, we're getting them out there and letting them ruminate and letting them regain their traction. Okay. So number 7, section 7, you need to track what's working. Okay. Before scaling, you need to have clear metrics. You need to know what you're up against. Okay. I can't be working on growing my Pinterest and then I'm 3 months down the road and I'm like, well, I think it's working. I don't even know what my numbers were when I started. Right. That's a no-no.
And I'm so sick of the, oh my gosh, the sky is falling. Girl, where? Mm-hmm. Oh, my money is down 25% from December, but from last January, it's up 65%. Okay. Understand your data when you track it. Understand it.
Yes. Okay? Track it and understand it. Okay.
So scaling doesn't mean losing yourself. It's about aligning tools and people to handle what is wrong.
I wasn't done.
Oh, my bad.
It's okay. All right. So we're talking about clear metrics. So you need to be tracking your reader engagement. Okay. You need to be tracking, like when you are in your, for example, in your email, are you paying attention to not just the click-through rate, not just the, clicks, like are you
another one
all of that? You're freaking out about the unsubscribes. You've got 70,000 people on your list. You're going to lose 30 people when you send an email. It's not the end of the world. Keep going. Okay. Like, are you paying attention to those things? Are you paying attention to how much your readers are leaving you comments and replying on the blog posts? Are you paying attention to how much these blog posts are being shared on Pinterest? Like, pay attention to all of those things. Income growth or traffic boosts after trying new systems or outsourcing, you need to be paying attention to that. These are part of the key metrics that are going to tell you if what you're doing is working and bringing the results. And it's not for a week and it's not for a month. Like, it's a 3-month minimum. Keep going, keep pushing, keep going. That's all I can say. This ensures that you're growing wisely, knowing what to replicate and where to pivot. Those are very important things. Now, final thoughts, Kelli.
Yes, scaling doesn't mean losing yourself.
Thank you.
It is about aligning tools and people to handle the busy work, to handle that day-to-day, those menial tasks, so you can double down on whatever it is, creating content with your signature flair or diving into the data so that you know that you are producing the best things possible for your audience. Remember, blogging is a marathon. We're always working for next year. It is not a sprint. Scaling allows you to keep your pace steady while growing your reach and your impact. Okay.
That's so true. Yes and amen. So we can't wait to see how you apply these tips to grow your blog and stay true to your voice and your brand all at the same time. You've got this. Make sure that you text authentic to 251-644-6701. so that you can get your free printable, which is an authenticity checklist that's really awesome. Like how you can automate and stay authentic. Okay. It's super cool.
In the description, we have some extra links. You can go to sixfigureblogstrategy.com. And as soon as you land there, you can download Efficiency Secrets right there, teaching you a little bit more about how to be efficient in this space. If you would like to join 5-figure is for those not quite ready for 6-figure. It's daily tasks and weekly trainings to keep you moving your business forward. Yes, tactics, not strategy. And then our link to our Facebook group. Jump in and chit chat and network and visit with others in this space that are in the same place in their business as you are. Okay.
Yep. There you go.
And don't forget to like and subscribe. hit that red bell, whatever, all the things, so that you're notified when we go live every single week at 10 a.m. Central.
We're 4 weeks in over here on YouTube, and we are collecting the subscribers. It's been fun. All right, guys, we will see you next week. Next week, we are going to talk about what about
the color shout?
Blue, 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 white. Okay. Next week is 10 productivity hacks that every blogger needs to know. We've already got that training mapped out. It's a good one. You're going to love it. Okay. All right. We'll see you next week. Hopefully we'll see you over in text messages.
Or the Facebook group, or both. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Bye.
Bye, guys.